live today.
What's up, everybody? It's Q and Chop, chopping it up. What's up, Chop? How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. Q, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, man. Another day. Just happy to be out here, man. I'm happy to get this office, man. Just a new studio. So
shout out to the studio in Zebulon. You know, my people right here hooking us up. You know,
and that's what happens when you join the chamber, right?
That's what happens when you join the chamber, guys. Man, you get so many doors open to you, and it's not that expensive at all.
Right, it's about
networking and finding great people. You know, so we have very good news for you guys. Probably I will share this with you guys probably in the next couple of weeks. But we're cooking something with the chamber. I just can't tell you guys. But very shortly, you guys will find out. And today's guest, Q. Guess what, Q?
Who we got today?
Man, this chick is feisty, bro. I wouldn't be scared to fight her any day. If me and her are gonna fight, she beats me.
Oh yeah. I seen watching the videos, man. I'm just like, I don't wanna know, bro. I don't wanna know. Man, she quit school. You know, got her GED less than a year. You know, she decided to enough is enough with bosses, and she wanted to become her own boss. And we have today is Liz Ayala. She's a founder of More Cleaning Company and the L Forum. Liz, how we doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing well. Another day. You blessed.
You're blessed on a rainy day in Raleigh.
I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
I know I traveled from Raleigh too. You caught in the rain?
Dude, I was caught in the rain so bad right now. I was going 40 miles an hour, and I was like, I don't even care. Y'all can go around me. Nope.
Man, I got caught in the rain and traffic.
I've been those moments that you especially at nighttime, and it rains, you see that puddle, and the car goes, and I'm like, oh.
Dude, no, I don't play in the weather. I'd be like, no, I'm going. I literally put my hazard lights on. I'm like, y'all gonna wait for me. Wait for me or go around me. Either one. Like, I don't care. There's no rush.
So, Liz, tell us about yourself. Where you came from, where you go to school, and then we go from there.
Okay. Well, you know, if y'all know me on Instagram or anything like that, well, you guys know. You know, I'm from Raleigh. Background, I mean, I've always been here. I went to high school in like Clayton High. I dropped out. Wasn't for me. Everyone's different. You know, I have a family that I love and adore, and I do everything for them. So made my decisions from there. You know, worked at restaurants, worked at any place you can think of. And I was just like, okay. Went my way through there. Started cleaning business to where I'm at now. And then I also do like the YouTube stuff and blogging and this and that because, I mean, what am I here for if I'm not here to help other people? You know? Right.
So you went from, you know, saying school's not for me to starting your own cleaning company, man. Tell me the process in that, man, with the thought process and maybe what the steps it took to get to that point.
Okay. So I was 16, right? Well, let me give you the backstory because I feel like a lot of people don't understand that you can come from anywhere and be a business owner, or you can come from anywhere and do whatever the hell you want to do. It doesn't even matter, right?
True.
You can come from a rich family, a poor family, a middle family. It doesn't even matter. I don't care if you can't even speak Spanish. I don't care if you can speak English. It doesn't matter. Situation. I was 15. Parents had issues. Dad left. Mom was, devastated and this and that. I'm a kid. You're 15. What do you think? Oh, it's your parents. What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can't do anything about that. So me and my mom and my little sister, we ventured out. We were like, all right, cool. I was in school doing my normal, usual thing. At 16, though, you start, kind of growing up and you start seeing things for what it is. So when I started working and I started dealing with people and I started dealing with bosses and this and that, I was like, y'all have no best interest for me ever. Like,
and horrible bosses.
Yeah, like my thing is, they were either a little bit older than me or they were a little more educated than me, or sometimes they weren't even educated at all. You know?
Right.
They knew somebody probably.
They knew somebody or they had a degree, and that was my thing. Like, I was like, oh, you have a degree? Okay, cool. I literally met this girl one time who she started at a job right after me, and she had a degree but no prior experience whatsoever. And I knew way more than she did, and so I think going through all that in every single job I went to where I was like starting from the bottom and I pushed my way up to the top multiple times over and over again to not get any recognition because I didn't have a degree or I didn't have this or I didn't have that. I was like, I'm done. But, you know, being 16, 17, like always working for somebody and not getting that appreciation or not getting to where I wanted to be because of this or that, or dealing with the real world experiences, you know, taxes, how to get paid more, how to get a better job, experience. And I was like, no, you know, being in school and getting taught 1 + 2 = 3, but going to the real world and arguing with people about ethics or trying to just do good things. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. None of the stuff I was being taught was being applied to out of school as soon as I got out at 2:30. Simple as that. And literally going through that, I dropped out. I said bye. It's not that important to me to get this high school degree here. I can go to JCC down the road. Guess what? And I got it in like a month and a half.
There you go. And
my only thing is like, it's okay if you go to high school, you go to college. By all means, do it if you know what you want to do. But in reality, we're all doing stuff to survive, right? At the end of the day. Right. You got to do what you got to do. I said I got to support this family. Making $8.50 at 17, 18. I was like, it's not for me. Simple as that. And then, you know, going through that and finding, I guess, other people who were in my same situation and then finally getting to where they wanted to be, that was a step up. Like, I saw that, people coming from nothing, and then literally like, oh, yeah, I own, you know, so-and-so. I'm like, oh, how'd you start? I just did it. Did you go to school for it? No.
Rags to riches.
I was literally like, how the fuck did you get here?
Right.
I was like literally like this conversation, every time I talk about it, I remember so much, and I'm like, you know, like, it's a scam. Like, to me, it was a scam. Like, the whole entire, like, high school education, jobs, this and that, and like, no. Like, it's possible, and they just don't tell you any of this. Like, ever.
Oh, of course, yeah. They don't tell you anything.
Like, it makes me mad sometimes.
Like we was talking about, in school, they don't teach you that. Like, you were just saying, they should teach you crafts, not just, you know, different trades.
Did you know, like, HVAC workers get paid so good, construction people get paid so good. Right. They don't tell you none of this, though.
And you don't need no degree for that either, like you were saying.
No, it's a trade.
It's a trade.
It's a trade.
And school should be about taking them to these trades, too. And you never know whose interest is going to be piqued by that. You can have a business owner out of high school because somebody saw something they like, you know, when they was a kid.
And some people are more hands-on. Some people love to do things hands-on. Like, I don't know, some people love to do car maintenance. And guess what? They get paid really well. Mechanics get paid really well. Yep. It's a dirty job, but someone loves it. People love to, you know, be florists and this and that. But no one ever tells you that these are opportunities, that you could do something that you really love.
Of course.
And that it would be okay.
I told one of my friends, she's the superintendent in Elizabeth City by the beach. And I told her, Catherine, I'm like, Catherine, we have to get the schooling system better. She's like, school's not for everybody. And we can't force that to people all day long. We can't force them to read a book or take these courses. People don't like that. Not everybody's made for the books, you know. Not everybody is going to 4-year school. Nobody's going to Harvard, you know, and Brown and, you know, all those schools, Yale, Princeton. We got to focus more on trade, you know, teach those kids to trade, you know, or make trade school more popular. I'm like, if we could get 100 kids to go to a trade school, like Wake Tech got plumbing, framing, they got all those guys. Mechanical. If we could get those kids to do that instead of working at McDonald's, that's a big plus. Because you're going to go from the cashier to the fries to the cook to the assistant manager in 10 years? 15 years?
There needs to be some internships maybe.
Yeah.
In high school, instead of some internships. When you're a junior and senior, go out and do some trade stuff or some other jobs. Yep. I think that'd be a good idea.
But tell me this. What you guys think about the internship from college? We get nothing. Like, you work for free.
Yep.
Oh, I've done that.
That's a scam.
That's a big scam.
That's a big scam. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, yeah.
They just give it credit hours. I did it at the ticket office.
It's a good learning experience. Yeah. It's a learning experience, most right?
Definitely. I learned a lot. No, I definitely learned a lot, and I definitely don't regret it. But I was working for free, and I had basketball practice after that. So like, you know, like,
you do get the experience on that, but why can't I get paid though? At least give me $10, $15 an hour, $8, the minimum wage. Instead of, yeah, we're gonna sign your paper that says you did 5 hours today. Give me a cue. Give me that paper.
Right. Yeah.
That's a big scam. But so I told her, I'm like, if we could get the public schools to show more trades, I think we gonna have a much smarter generation coming in.
Yep. Or even just tell you, like, hey, like, what can you do and still make a living? Or something. Because, I mean, there's plenty of trades, absolutely, that you can get into. But there's also stuff like just creative stuff, design stuff that you can get into. And, I mean, art class, you do it for, what is it called? Like an elective?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not even, like, really considered a grade. I'm like, but you know that if someone was actually telling them, you know what, if you're a great artist and this and that, you could sell your work. You could do this for the rest of your life and you could actually enjoy it and you wouldn't have to get up at 5 a.m. But no one tells you that. Right. Like, no one ever says, like, hey.
Because they want us to know that algebra 1 and algebra 2 is much needed.
Yeah, and I'm like, so am I supposed to be a math teacher when I grow up? Like, which one is it? You know what I mean? Like, they don't ever tell you any of that stuff. Right. Or sports. I mean, they do push, like, scholarships for sports and this and that. But I'm kind of like, hey, if you want, you could really be a pro athlete.
My boy Q.
Right. And most definitely, bro. And like you're saying, it's the systematic thing. If you go to college, it makes the money to go around. The money of the world is going around. Colleges have their hands dipped in other things other than school. Man, the people that run these colleges have their hands dipped in other things, so they need the money to keep running. That's why they need you to come to college. That's why the money is so high if you out of state. Like they could do that. I mean, it's crazy, but money make the world go around, man. At the end of the day, and that's what it was. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. That's why the world's opening back up. Even though we probably shouldn't right now. I mean, the spike in COVID and stuff like that. But we need money.
We need money.
We need money.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's what it is,
man. But going a little bit off topic, these colleges are making money like no one's else's business. Imagine Duke and like Carolina fix up their basketball teams. Mm-hmm. How many I've gone to those games. I've gone and spent $200 on a ticket, But imagine doing that for 30 times a year, They're making money, man. And then the tickets and the TV deals and the Jordan
concessions and
these schools are making money, man.
And they want to charge you just for breathing their air. Come in but you gotta pay. No.
So that made you that lifestyle made you wanna become an entrepreneur, start a business. You're not valued, undervalued. Of course, like I feel like most people feel like they're undervalued, and that made you start your own. But before that, you were telling me another story.
Yeah. So I mean, it's being undervalued, but also. I'm an overachiever. I want to do everything the best I can, right? Mm-hmm. And if I'm proving to you that I'm the best I can be and you still don't see that or you don't want to pay me more, and the worst part is it's the manager or the boss that's like, hey, no, but guess what? There's someone above them that they go to. And I'm like, why can't I just speak directly to them? And they're like, no, because I'm the one who gets to see how good you are. I'm like, but I'm great. I'm good. And it was always doing that and realizing why would I want to make only $15 an hour? You know what I mean? The highest of the whatever positions in the job, right? I'm like, oh, they make 15. I want to make 15. And then I'm like, but wait, let me add this up. 15, 40 hours a week and then taxes and then this, but we want me to be on call 24/7. I was like, nah. It don't work like that. And you want me to be here on Saturday and Sunday,
Hell no.
No. And so it was just seeing that over and over. And, I remember one time, this was a specific story that literally made me say, fuck this shit. I was, what was it? I don't remember how long ago, over a year ago. I was working for this fence company. I did everything. And I mean everything. And it was a one woman show, right? Running a construction company pretty much. And I told him hey, been here for almost a year now. We got to do something because I see these numbers coming in and my paycheck don't add up in the nicest way possible, right? I was like, I want a future here. I want to help you guys, obviously. And I pretty much got like straying along for like what 3 months, and I was like, hey, like, you know, again, let's just have this conversation. I want to make sure we're on the right page. And you know what he said to me? He was like, well, I mean, how really do you want to get paid more if you don't even do your job that well? And then I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you want me to pull out the receipts, sir? And I was like, I've been here for this long. I brought all the guys that were working in that company from another company. I knew every single one of them, and they all followed me because they all know that I do my job well and this and that, etc., and I know what I'm doing. And so I had, about 6 guys that came over, and I told him, I was like, they came over here because I know what I'm doing, not because I'm cute, whatever you want to think, all this, misogynistic stuff. I was like, they came over here because they know I'm good at what I do. And literally, I had a boss, but they never called him. They never went to him. They called me 24/7. Hey, I have a problem. And I was like, okay, I will fix it. And I was like, the only reason why you never hear anything from anybody else is because they're telling me and I'm fixing it. So you don't have to worry about it. Right. And then he was like, well, how do you expect to get paid more? I was like, you know what? I'm done. Because I poured my heart and soul into that company. I did everything for them. And then I was like, oh, you still think I'm worthless?
I feel you.
I was like, no.
Right.
Like, I had so much hatred in my heart where I was like, I'm not working for anybody anymore. Like, I'm not helping other people. I'm not doing this for you, because I was always looking out for me and obviously the company itself. But I was like, what's the point? My sanity was low. I had so much anxiety. I was so stressed. I got to the point where I was like, I'd rather work for free. I don't want a job. I'd rather be homeless than to come back here Monday morning.
Right.
And it was that moment where I was like, no, I'm done. I don't care what it is, but we're gonna fucking figure it out, and we're not going back. That's it.
I feel you, and I've been in your shoes, many times before, and it feels like your heart gets stabbed.
Yeah, because it's like you really had trust in this person. You really
it's the trust that hurts.
Yeah, it's the trust. It's the fact that I thought you thought better of me. I thought we had a thing. I thought we had a connection. We were friends, and we could talk about things. Or if there was an issue, you could just tell me. And it was like, having this relationship with your coworkers or your bosses, and to realize like they just still see you as an employee, no matter what, all the stuff you do for them. And I was like, nah, that did hurt me, because I was like, wow, like you feel like you're being played. It's just like, wow, so you just saw me as the girl who did all this stuff for you, and that was it, And I was like, nah, like I want better for myself. And it's toxic. It's just a toxic like environment and relationship to always kind of be depending on someone to, I don't know, just appreciate you. I was like, no.
I think you said the answer. A toxic relationship,
Yeah.
You could do so much thing for this person. Vice versa. It could be a girl to a guy to a girl.
Yeah.
And then you just open the door and they do the same thing. You're like, man, I trusted you,
Yeah.
That trust is like, man, I'm out of here. Like, literally, I dropped the keys, dropped the debit cards. I'm out.
Just like that.
Yep.
And that's exactly what you did in a sense. So, what was the next steps after that? After you was like, hey, I'm done. So you said, I'm not going back to another job working for somebody. So how did you figure out what you wanted to do working for yourself?
So I guess going back to like when I was younger, I always saw other people doing well, really well, right? And so, but my mindset back then, because this is the only thing I had been taught, was you have to climb the ladder. You got to start at a company, or you got to start somewhere, and you got to keep moving up, gain experience, keep moving up, gain experience. And so that was my ideology of it all. But when I saw other people that I really, really look up to, like Tom Bilyeu, who was, the founder of Quest, like the nutrition bars and this and that, how they started from nothing. And I was always like looking at them, and I was like, wow, well, if they fucking did it, like, why can't I? You know what I mean? So I was always looking for an outlet, like an answer, like what am I going to do? So I was at work, yes, 9 to 5, but in my mind and, out of work, I was thinking, what am I going to do to be like Tom Bilyeu, or to be like his wife, and or, just what am I going to do to fucking get out of this rat race? So there was also a book that sparked it all. It was The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. Mm-hmm. That book did it for me, but it was reading a lot and just seeing so many people who came from nothing, who did it. I was always in the back of my head like, all right, what are we going to do? So I was always like, what are we going to do? I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. Okay. I left that day and I was like, I don't care what it is. We're gonna figure something out. But 2 months ago, I had this whole idea one day randomly. It was literally randomly, okay? I was literally in my room just laying down and I was like, why the fuck don't I start a cleaning company? You know, it was like so out of nowhere. Because in my mind, I was always like, it needs to be low cost, something that I could do easily, quickly, and just convert over like nothing, right? And I was like, okay, guess what? That same day, Facebook page was made, Instagram page was made. I was like, we don't know all the answers, but we're just going to start it. Let's see how it goes, right? Because it was either that or McDonald's. I was like, it's either that or McDonald's. I'm not going back. I'm not going back anywhere else. I was like, no. So that's how it started, that same day. And then I was still working that 9 to 5, though, still going there. And then the 2 months that passed, and then I never went back to the job again. I was like, guess what? This cleaning company better make itself work. You know, it better do it. It better work overnight. And the first week was dead. It was so dead. 2 weeks, dead. Third week, nothing. But everybody was like, are you sure you don't want to get a job? I was like, nope.
Your stomach is going like,
yeah, it was just like, just the thought of it. I was like, fuck no, I'm done. I'm not going back.
But what made you a cleaning? What made you think about a cleaning business?
Again, it was like, what is something that I can do that I know how to do, and that is the least, like, you know, costly thing to start up. It was either that or I can't remember, coffee shop. I was like, I want to start a coffee shop. I've always wanted to do it. I don't know why. But in my mind, I was like, what can I do right away? You know what I mean?
Cleaning business.
Cleaning business right away.
You always like cleaning too?
I'm a fucking OCD germaphobe. I have issues, okay? I'm always organizing and this and that. But it wasn't even necessarily like I love cleaning that made me want to start it. It was still like the objective that I need to do something that I can run on my own and not have to go to someone and not have to rely on someone to pay me on a Friday. No, I pay my damn self now, whenever the hell I want, right? So it was that. It was just, what is something I can do right away?
So how'd you go about acquiring clients?
As much as marketing people want to tell you, you gotta pay to advertise, you gotta go to Google, word of mouth.
Amen.
100% word of mouth. I was spending so much money on advertising, on marketing, on
Facebook ads,
on Google, Bing. Like, damn.
I don't do those.
I was just like, okay, like, I guess, we gotta advertise. And that was my mentality, though, because when you start something you don't know, I was going through the hoops. I was like, all right, what are we gonna do? But all I did was like say, hey, I know a shit ton of people in construction, a shit ton of people that worked here and there. I called them all up. Hey, I started a cleaning business. If you want to support me, if you want to help me, if you know somebody, let me know. You know what I mean? And the first person I told was like a painter. And because he used to work at, I used to work at Sherwin-Williams, but he used to come by all the time where I worked at. And he was so nice, so supportive. He started from nothing.
Like most people.
Yeah, he was an immigrant, came over here, started a painting business, and homeboy was doing so good. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I have a damn high school little equivalent. I'm not an immigrant. And I was like, what is going on, right? So he was always so supportive. So I told him, and he got me a client like literally 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And then after that, so-and-so told so-and-so, and then my work was so good that they told so-and-so. And then so-and-so called me, and I was like,
bam,
like, okay, like, this is it. I was like, nope, I'm done. And that's just how it kept going. I mean,
how many clients you got now?
One is a full-time, like, recurring. Like, so I'm constantly being used by him.
Every week or every
2 weeks? Yeah, every week, every couple days. But he gives me, like, several, like, neighborhoods and this and that.
Oh, wow.
And then I have lots of one-times, but I don't even know. I guess you could say, like, 5 or 6 that are recurring. Yeah. But they don't give me just one house. They give me, like, multiple houses. Like, realtors and,
Okay.
So
like,
so that's good.
That's good.
One of those pays me a month. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, But again, it was, like, word of mouth and just meeting these people. And that literally, like, just boomed it.
Yeah. That's smart going to realtors. Like, they need that clean.
They do.
They got
people buying houses, okay? Buying, they selling, and then they're going to somebody, and they're making that commission. And I'm like, I can do your cleaning, though. Like, call me. And then they call me.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, and it's also just being really good at what you do.
Right.
Because I could do a shit job. Ain't nobody gonna call me back.
Nah. You know, so do you work by yourself now? Or you got women or people.
I got 2 ladies and who work full time, and then I have a part timer, which she has like school and other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I always tell her in advance, like, hey, you want to clean? You can come clean, this and that. But 2 ladies full time. I don't even know like where I would be without those 2 ladies because they do really good work and they help out a lot. And yeah, so I want to keep expanding. I want to keep going.
How do you find them?
Word of mouth. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for a cleaning lady, right? And I ask people.
Yo, aquí, señor.
Yeah, I ask people like, you know somebody, and they're like, well, yeah, actually, there's a really good lady who doesn't matter what she does, she's gonna do good work. So I was like, okay, cool. And my mom has friends, and you know her friends have friends, and then I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go on a Tuesday. We'll see what you're about, right? Let's go from there. If she sucks, sorry, but this ain't gonna work out. You know what I mean? But if they're good people and this and that, because my thing is you have to be a good person to work for me. You can't just come here for the money and go home. Period. No. I get to know them first. I'm like, hey, let's go out to eat, right? Just get to know each other. Just talk first. And then we go to work. I'm like, okay, do a good job. Or, you know, I'll tell them, hey, do this and do that. And I just see how they react to being told what to do. You know what I mean?
So it's by somebody younger usually, right?
It's always somebody older than me.
Right. So
and then...
does that play a factor a lot?
No.
Do you get that? Okay,
no.
That's good.
I used to at the 9 to 5s when you used to try to tell older people, hey, Karen, do this. No. Who Karens. Are you? Exactly, the Karens. Oh, God. Yeah.
But for I see for ladies, you know, even if you're younger and then your employees, they're kind of cool with it. But for men, it's different. It's ego. It's machismo. So all of my employees, all the crews I have, are older than me. They're like in their 40s, you know, 30s, 40s. Mm-hmm. I'm 24. So they're like, they see me, they're like, nah, this guy's. So they try to bullshit me, you know? Or they get like, nah, I can't do this. I'm like, yes, you can. Like, yes, we can. Why you tell this? No, like, no. I'm like, no. And like, I had to let crews go. Like, good crews go. I'm like, why you letting us go? I'm like, because I don't trust you. You know, you don't trust me. I don't trust you. And simple as that. But for ladies, I see that it works. They're more equal.
Yeah.
But for guys, it's just the egos, man.
You already know.
They're like don't tell me what to do. And they're like, but when it's time to get paid, hey Christian, was that check at? I'm like, now I'm useful now, right? Oh, okay.
No, so, I had that problem when I worked in construction. And I was so knowledgeable and this and that, and I knew everything. But I was like, hey, I need you to go do this and that, and blah, blah. And they were like, okay. But they wouldn't do it. Like, an hour later, I'd be like, did you do it? No. I'm like, why not? Because I'm waiting for, like, you know, the manager, the other guy to say so. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll be like, you know what? I don't even care. I let it be. I'd be like, whatever. And then it was also, like, just talking to every single one of them and being like, look. All right, tell them one-on-one. You respect me, I respect you, okay? I was like, don't look at my age, my face, none of that. I was like, I'm gonna treat you with respect. I'm gonna help you out. I know what I'm talking about. Let's just go to work, okay? You know, period. And then I actually had a guy come help me clean like a while ago, you know, because he didn't have a job, so he was trying to find something, and then he came and helped me and this and that, and he was a really good worker. He didn't say shit, not a damn thing. He was just like, I'm here to get paid, right? I'm here to do a good job, and. But yeah, I mean, definitely guys have that machismo thing where they don't want to be told what to do. Ladies are definitely nicer, but some ladies still, they don't want to be told what to do either. And I'm just like, that's just a pride thing, you know? That's all it is, pride.
Mexicans got that pride.
God, we got hella pride.
We got literally from like all Mexico and through Central America to South America. I think that pride is like everything. I'm like, I can't do anything without my pride too. I give it that. You know, if my work, like today, we finished a deck today. My boys did. And then I feel like my pride's in that deck. And I'm like, yeah, this is my name. Right. You know, this is 100% my name. So it could be good. It could be bad. But some people can balance it out. Like I can. When it's time to shut up, I shut up. When it's time for me to speak, I speak. But some people just don't know when to shut up, and they let their pride go. So you did more cleaning, and how was like So that experience from you, like from getting 3 weeks of no jobs to like getting your first job, how was that experience from you? Like you're like, this is my money. Like this, I don't gotta report to nobody.
So I mean, the 3 weeks were obviously like difficult, hard, and I had people trying to be nice. Like, you sure you don't want to get a job? And I was like, hell no, I don't want to get a job. I was like, no. I was like, you know what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna go Uber. So I was Ubering like part time in the middle of all that because I was like, there is so many ways to make money without having to go to an actual job. Uber Eats, Postmates, exactly. Yeah. What's the other one? I don't know. There's DoorDash. Like DoorDash. And I was like, there's so many of those. And I was like, if not, I mean, we gonna do something. I was like, we gonna sell some lemonade. I'm like, I'm not going back though. That was my point. And in the 3 weeks where nothing was really happening, and I was still like trying to market, for free and tell people and this and that, it was rough. But at the same time, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I had this thing in my mind, in the back of my head, where I was like, it's going to fucking work. It's just going to work. Because I was like, how is it that there's so many people who come from nothing, or so many immigrants that come over here and come with nothing and make it? Like, literally so many painters, people who do construction, people who do roofing, they came from nothing. And I was like, how is it that I have all the opportunity in the world? I can speak English, I can speak Spanish, I can do all these things, and I'm not going to be able to do it? I was like, no. And so the whole entire time, I don't know how, I just had this mentality where I was like, if it's not going to happen, it's because I'm doing something wrong. Right. You know what I mean? And the whole time I was like, no, I'm doing everything right. I was giving it my all. I wasn't sleeping. I was literally like, we are going to make it happen. And when I finally got my first client, the dude loved it. He was like, oh my God, it's so good. And then he recommended me to someone else. And I was like, oh, thank God, And then I went from having one house that week to having like 5, like 2 weeks after that, just out of nowhere. And then I remember this was the one that threw me for a loop. I had one job one day, just randomly, came out of nowhere. And then it was a $1,200 job, right? Wow. And the guy was like, can you do it tomorrow? And that was a Saturday. And I was like, I can do it tomorrow, no problem whatsoever. I'll be here.
Tonight. I go tonight.
Right?
I go tonight.
I was like, no problem. But then I went, I gave him the quote and this and that. And I don't know, I went home and I was like, oh dear God, please, like, tell him to like somehow like push the vibes over there and be like, yes, give her the job, right? And then the next morning he calls me, yeah, can you come by today? And I said, I'll be on my way, sir. So literally, like, last minute, I called someone up. I was like, come over. You're going to go help me clean. I'll pay you. This and that, right? And then we went. It was a hard job. I still got it done, though, and I made $1,200 in a day. And I was thrown for a loop. I was like, I went 3 weeks making $0 to one random Saturday afternoon making $1,200. Wow. And I was like, dude.
This is it.
I was like, my thing, I was literally just like, there is no limit to how much you can make in a day. Of course. Back in the day, at 9 to 5, my limit was $150. And I was like, oh, I want more than that. You know what I mean? Like, but randomly, $1,200. And I was like, excuse me? Like, and in my mind, I was like, what if I did this 5 days a week? You know what I mean? And you start doing the math. And after that one job, I was like, you know what? Hell no, we ain't ever going back. Yeah. Because I was like, I just made what I used to make in 2 weeks almost, or whatever, in a day. And I was like, that's something that they didn't teach me, something that no one told me. And I was
they
like,
don't teach that.
After you make that in a day, you realize, nope, it's not happening. Not going back to $15 an hour or $20 an hour. I was like, nope, it's not happening.
So who taught you how to give quotes? Like, it's hard. It's hard to learn to give quotes.
I did too. It was the hard way. It was like giving wrong quotes and realizing like, hey, I undercharge for this. You know what I mean? Like, just the experience of it. Or asking other people like, hey, what do you think this is fair if I did this for this and that? Just simply asking them, would you pay for this? Or going to other cleaning professionals. There's like forums and Facebooks, groups. Hey, is this fair? You know what I mean? They would be like, no, that's too much. That's too little. Or this and that. And then it really just came down to, what do I think I'm worth?
Right.
That's it.
That was the first question, right?
Yep.
What's
I was like,
value?
What do I think I'm worth being here for 3 to 4 hours and the type of, work that I'm going to do? And if I felt like, hey, it's worth $300, it's worth $300. Simple as that. Or if I go and I say, hey, it's worth $1,200, I'm not stepping down. It's worth $1,200. And guess what? Someone's always going to go, like, no matter what. If it's not the neighbor, it's the other guy. And they're always going to go to you. And that was it. I mean, quoting was rough, but I was like, no. Like, I told myself, like, if someone else is doing it, why can't I? I'm going to charge what I want. People buying Lamborghinis over Toyota Camrys because they got the money for it. So I'm going to just quote whatever I want. And people going to pay for my Lamborghini cleans and not the Toyota Camrys.
I like it.
You know what I mean? I was like, no.
I like that. I like that. So you started the L Forum.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about it. How you got that started up, and you started blogging, and then you're YouTubing. So talk to us more about that side of your life.
So the L Forum, how long
is the
ago
L
was that?
for Liz?
Yeah, the L Forum for Liz. Yeah, really unique, right?
Hey, good.
Right? I mean, I was like, you know what, whatever. I mean, that started off years ago. I've had that one for a while. And it started off mainly because I was trying to inform people on more of the emotional development and like mental development in certain things. And now it's kind of evolutionized to everything, like just overall business, personal growth, whatever. And it started because I remember I didn't have anyone to talk to about all the stuff that I was going through in life. Anxiety. I used to have so much anxiety. I would literally have panic attacks every single day of my life. And it wasn't until I started reading books, I started Googling, I started like trying to figure out answers. I would talk to people. I had a therapist and I was like, ma'am, like I need you to give me answers. You know what I mean? And then I thought of how many other people are going through the same situation that don't have anyone to talk to and they don't ever get any answers. Or they go through certain things in life and they don't realize like it doesn't have to be this way. So I said, fuck it. Don't nobody know me, but I'm going to put my voice out there on the internet. I'm going to put my face on YouTube. And I was like, hopefully somebody, resonates with it. And I mean, I didn't care. I stopped caring. I was like, I don't care if someone doesn't read it or I don't care if someone does. Yeah. I was like, if I can help one person, that was my goal. One person. If someone reads this and they say, you know what, wow, this girl is right. You know what I mean? Or this girl resonates with me or her life story resonates with me or this and that. And when I finally got that one person who messaged me and was like, hey, I've been wanting to tell you this for months, but what you said in that one article 3 months ago hit me and it made me, I was like, that's it. Like, I'm done. I was like, I'm doing this even more, And it just took me having like really bad places and situations and times for me to be like, I just want to help people, because once I got out of the anxiety, once I got like just completely better and I was able to, I don't know, just take everything with punches and be like, oh, it's fine, because that's a lot of mental strength to like get out of that and to, at least be able to tell people your story and help them. It took a lot, but once I finally got to that point and people started actually like resonating with it, I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it. And I mean, it just came from a dark place pretty much, but I ended up turning it into like experience where I was like, I just want to help people and go from thinking that, hey, like I can't do this to I can.
Yeah.
Them dark places is really where the most creativity,
them dark places, boy,
come from.
Them dark places.
I swear, man. That's when really you create your best art. You create your best self when you come out them dark places. When you're in there, you feel like you're never getting out. But when you come out, you come out so much stronger. You got so much more, will to win, to be successful. So it's crazy. We hate them, but it's like, what would we be without them?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so.
That's when you think the most, and it's like sitting back and just close your eyes and you like, what can I do better? What can I, who am I? Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Who am I? And who do I want to become? Do I want to be in the rat race? Or do I want to help people with their anxiety and their life questions, Because not everybody has questions. At some point in their life, I still got questions too. And then, by working in life, it tells me, you're like, okay, this is what I need. This is what I gotta do. And those dark moments, you gotta be grateful for them. You gotta be grateful. Because if you go without those dark moments, you never experience anything else. You can't learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess those dark moments, you know.
I always say, like, how would you know what the lows are without the highs? And how would you know the highs without the lows?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's like super successful people had. They'd never gone through a poor day in their life. They would not know the value and what it really is to be successful and rich and this and that. But, you know, if you come from a poor area and you become successful in this and that, it's different. It's way different. It's like saying, oh, they messed up with this and that, like messed up my order or messed up this. But hey, there are worse things going out there than my order. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is nothing. Like, I'd rather have this than that. Like, you see both sides of the spectrum and you're just like, nah, like, this is it.
I usually get mad at everything. If something happened, like something small happened. Like, if I was going to meet somebody and they tell me, hey, I'm going to be 20 minutes late, I'll be so pissed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, nah, man. Nah, I'm like, nah. Cancel this. I ain't going no more.
Yeah.
I'm out, you know? It's like, I don't know if you guys are like that or was like that. But if anything like out of ordinary happened, you just get mad. I just get
inconvenient.
mad.
I was the same way. I still struggle with it a little bit, man. So I gotta get over it, man. Most definitely. But
yeah, I guess you just gotta outgrow it, you know.
Yeah, I mean you learn from it, you know. Like, I used to be really impatient. That was my biggest downfall, dude. I was so impatient.
Me too.
Like, I was like, I want it now. And they were like, ma'am, you have to wait. No, I don't want to wait. But I never made scenes. I was saying, like, I was impatient on everything in my life. I was like, I want to be successful already. I don't want to work for anybody already. I want to do this already. Right. And people were like, Liz, it don't take, 2 seconds. It's not overnight. And I was like, I know it's not overnight, but I want it now. You know what I mean? And I was so impatient all the time. I had no patience for stupidity, for people. If I felt someone was flaky or like not fully into this relationship or whatever, I was like, bye. And they were like, why are you so quick to cut someone off? I'm like, because my time is so important to me. I was like, bye. Like, I don't have time for it. And then I realized, girl, instead of being impatient and cutting everybody off, just show them what it should be, like show them a different perspective or tell them why you're trying to cut them off. You know what I mean? Instead of just assuming the worst and being like, nah, they're just not worth it. It was like, that was not good. Like, I remember I had an ex-boyfriend who was like, why are you so quick to break up all the time? I was like, because you keep playing games and I don't have time for it. And he was like, girl, we just having a discussion. I was like, I don't feel like we should even be having this discussion. And he was like, but why not? I was like, because I shouldn't have to teach you how to be a right boyfriend or a right person. It was like simple stuff where I was like, this is common sense, right? Or I felt like it should be common sense. Yeah. And then I realized, girl, not everybody knows this stuff. Give
an example. Like what's a right boyfriend movement?
Okay, so my biggest thing is investment, time investment, and simple loyalty. You know what I mean?
Like, you want him to spend time with you.
I want him to be invested in me fully, not whenever he feels like it. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, relationships to me are a commitment. And it's a commitment that you are saying, I am 100% invested into this. I am not going to call you whenever I feel like it. I'm not only going to, text you whenever I feel like it or whenever I'm bored or whenever it's convenient for me. And when I started feeling that, I was like, oh, you just want to call me whenever you want to call me, huh? I was like, bye. And he was like, what do you mean bye? But I'm calling you. I'm like, but you could have called me whenever you weren't lonely. Yeah. Or, I was like, no. I was like, if you want to be in a relationship with me, I was like, you have to be there at all times. You can't pick and choose, sir, which day of the week that you want to hang out and when you want to see me. I was like, no. So I was always so quick. And he was like, but I have stuff going on or this and that. I was like, oh, there's 24 hours in a day and you can't say hi for 2 seconds. You can call me and be like, hey, I'm going to be busy today. Simple as that, right? So to me, that was just like a sign, like, no. Yeah. But he really said, like, oh, well, I didn't see it that way. And I was like, you know what? Instead of cutting him off every 2 seconds, educate him. Tell him what you want or this and that. Or, I don't know, I just had the mentality where I was like, doesn't everybody know this? Doesn't everybody know it's common sense to, hey, like, communicate, hey, like you should only talk to one person at a time if you're fully invested into them,
Right.
you know? And that was just my mentality though. And it wasn't until I realized not everyone is like that, you know? And I was like, wow, I'm so quick to cut people off, so quick to judge, I guess you could say. And I was like,
Same. I was the same.
yeah, I was just quick to judge. And I was like, just because I felt maybe they didn't see the same things I did, I was like, I don't even want to have this discussion with you. And I realized, like, everyone has a different situation. Everyone is raised differently. Some people have parents who are swingers. So, I mean, obviously they don't see stuff the way other traditional people see, right? So I was like, wow, okay, I need to stop being so impatient, so judgmental. Like, I was like, I need to stop. I need to see things from different point of views and then go from there. Like, that was a lot.
That was my biggest lesson for me. Judging people too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You maybe this guy just talked or girl just talked a few 5 minutes and they gave you the bad vibe. You're like, man, screw them, man. They're probably not the coolest. They're probably boring. They're probably something. But then you start hanging out with the people. You're like, yo, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta stop doing. Oh, people you see in the street, you know.
Quick judgment of what they look like.
They're like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Yeah.
They must have robbed me, you know, something. I'm like, you know, they want to ask you for like, you know, a penny or two, you know. They might ask you, you know, hey, my car broke down, can you help me out push it? Or, you know, so like, you can't judge people too quickly.
No.
And you gotta have patience too in life. As a business owner, because I know the way you want to do. I know you wanted the way to do it. I know the way I want to do it. But employees, they're people, human too.
Mm-hmm.
So they might not have the right mindset yet, but you got to teach them and have the patience for them. Because if you don't have patience and they mess up, what's first likely is going to happen? Fire them.
Yep.
So you have patience. You know, that's what I gotta do, because I learned all that, man. I learned all that in like a year and a half. Not to judge people, because I was good at that, man. Judgmental, and I was like, nah, man, screw you, man. You look like a little prick. And then he's like, he's a cool guy, a cool girl. And I'm like, I kind of want to date her now, you know. So you can't do that, you know. In life, you can't, because if you keep doing it, it's gonna happen to you.
Mm.
People, you know, you're
gonna miss out on stuff you never knew you could have had.
Yeah, you know, I think experiences like that, Q.
Yeah, man, most definitely. You already know. I was about to ask you, did you have any experience that in your business though?
That people were like,
just bad partners in a sense, I guess.
Oh,
Some people you had to teach, and you know, on you say their interviews basically on site training, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'll meet them first. Just, hey, what kind of person are you, and this and that. And my biggest quick to judge thing is like, how do they talk to me, or how do they talk to so and so,
the waiter, and all that.
All that stuff is like super important to me, because if you don't respect someone that's below you, I don't want you working for me. Period. But I don't care. Like, to me, my biggest thing is respect. And it doesn't matter who I am. Say I wasn't their boss, and if you don't treat me right because of whatever reason, we can't be friends. We can't be none of that. So, I mean, for the whole hiring process is like, are you a good person, and are you willing to do what it takes? Because I tell every single one of them, I don't look at you as an employee. I'm going to look at you as family, and I'm going to pay you for what I think you deserve, right? Like, a lot of companies are going to tell you, hey, you start off $8 an hour and that's it, period, right? And I'm like, okay. In my business, I meet them. How are you? What are your goals in life? What do you want to do? Because my thing is, like, I know that they're not just coming to work here to work for me and that's it. I know they have a life aside of it. I know they have other stuff involved. I was the same way, and I was like, well, you know, tell me up front, do you want to be here for 2 months? Do you want to be here for a couple weeks? You just want like something part-time? Just tell me, that way I know what kind of investment I should put into you, right?
Right.
And then every single one of them like, oh, well, I just want to, you know, I want to get a job, and I want to help. I want to support my family and this and that. I'm like, cool beans. If that's what you really want, like, and you want to be in a fun environment, you know, you want to be able to have your freedom, because I give everybody their freedom. I'm like, you can be on your phone, listen to music. I don't care. You know, it's cleaning. Just clean, you know. Do your part. Just don't do anything to disturb whoever, like the families or whoever you're with. Just do your own thing. Take a break. I don't care. I'm not going to watch you 24/7. I don't want to literally be on top of you. I'm going to let you do your own thing. I'm going to treat you like a person. I'm going to pay you right, period. But it's always like, if I don't like you, why would I want to hire you, right? So I got to meet you first. What kind of person are you? You're a good person? Okay, cool. If you're not, bye. I don't care if you're like so good at your job. No.
Amen to that. You got to know them, you know? And it goes the same way you do it. It goes the same way as relationships, you know? If I see a girl not take her out to eat and she's like, you know, mistreating the waiter or the bartender, I'm like, on a mad day, she gonna treat me like that. I'm like, nah, we good, you know.
Start fighting for real.
Yeah, start swinging out here and all that.
I remember one time I had a boyfriend who did that. He didn't disrespect anybody, but he never like gave them any attention. Like they would come by and they would be like, hey, how can I help you? And he's just like, I just want a water. And I'm like, sir, can you look at them and address them like a person and ask them for water kindly? You know what I mean? It was just like small stuff like that. And they just didn't think of it. But I was like, yeah, the next time they come around, just say hi. Just look at them. They're people, you know. Like, I understand you're just here in this mindset, like, I'm here to eat. But I need you to, like, look up at them and acknowledge them. Because when I was a cashier and this and that, I was like, damn, y'all rude. Like, okay. Like
eye contact.
Yeah, I was like,
eye contact.
Yeah, I was like, can you notice me? Like, I'm here trying to help you. And it's just like, yeah, here you go. Or I'm like, excuse me, sir. Like, you know, let's have a conversation. Because a lot of times they feel like, it's kind of like they don't exist, right? And so when I first met him, he was doing that. And I was like, well, maybe he just doesn't know he's doing it. So I let it be. The second time I was like, I'm going to need you to like look up. Say something to him. Acknowledge him. And he was like, oh, I just didn't think of it. I'm like, well, now I need you to think of it, you know? And it's not always they're a bad person. It's just like they don't have that perspective or they've never been in that position, you know? You've never had to be a cashier, never had to be a waitress or a waiter. And you don't know what it's like because, I mean, who knows? The person before them could have been a complete asshole. I remember, like, I used to have one really nice person, but then, like, right after that, I used to have someone who was completely rude and this and that. And I just felt so, like, I don't know, so little. I was just like, wow, like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and take it because I get paid $8 an hour for it. You know? I was just like, okay, whatever. And then it was the same, like, just hearing people say mean things to you or not even acknowledging you. That plays a toll on your mental state and your sanity by the time you go home. Because say you go home to an even worse environment. You know what I mean? So I was like, sir, look up, say something. If not, now I educate everybody. If I go out with my friends, can you please, like, look at so-and-so, like, treat them like a person? Like, the small things add up, like, really small things, like, not saying please, not saying thank you. I mean, maybe it's because we're from here and the Southern hospitality is huge, like, open the door for the person behind you. Little stuff like that. So important, but, yes, I know what you mean. Quick to judge on the whole, like, she really didn't even say hi and thank you to this person. Like, like, I thought it was common sense, you know? Like, I thought that's what we do, but sometimes you don't.
Man, people, you think you have to have common sense, man, but common sense is not taught, man. You learn that.
Oh, my God. Yes. Crazy. That is not taught, and I thought that was insane. I was just like, oh, is this not natural? And, yeah, no.
Like you said, everybody's raised different.
Everybody exactly.
Perspectives, different households, different religions, and everybody just believes differently, man. It's really crazy sometimes. Like you said, common sense really just ain't that common. It's unfortunate, but
that is, you know, it's especially for a partner like that. It's hard, man. Especially now, I think dating now is it's harder than ever. Like, you can't trust a motherfucker no more, man, or a girl, man. Like I can't go out like. I could go out with a girl. It'd be good. But then the next day, like, they're talking to somebody else. I'm like, so 24 hours ago, we were good, but not good no more? I bet it's for girls, too, you know?
I mean, it's definitely rough. I mean, I don't know. I just think something about our times right now is very... I don't even know how to explain it. Like, our times in dating right now are so... It's like a game. It's like everyone wants to play this game on who can I get or how many people I can get or they're just not ready to invest time. And that's all it is. They're not ready to invest their time into somebody. They're not ready to be serious. And I'm kind of just like, okay, that's cool if you don't want to be serious, but don't call me then. You know, I'm like, I'm not about this. And
I think it's people trying to think they can get better, especially like social media. You see all these pictures of people that just, you know, they filtered out and fake and all that. It don't matter, but they think they can get better, so they get, quote unquote normal or somebody regular. It's like, bro, it's the same exact people. They're just in different positions.
No,
it's all about who you get. Like somebody that's gonna grind with you, somebody's gonna build with you, trying to build an empire.
And sometimes also it's just knowing that, hey, this person is temporary.
Oh yeah.
People like, I have this thing about relationships where I'm just like, every relationship I've been into, I am flat out up front. Hey, I am not looking to play games here. Period. If you want to play games, keep going, right? Because I tell them, like, I'm going to be spending my time with you. I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time with you. And that's it. Because I'd rather be single than to be with bad company. Or to feel like I have to chase somebody down or this and that. And I was like, no.
Ladies, you hear that?
Yes.
Ladies, you hear that?
So
Shout
many girls nowadays don't even take what their word. Like, literally, like, they're like, oh, he gave me the minimal effort and time. And I'm like, no, girl, no. Like, that's not how it works. But sometimes those relationships are just meant to teach you something. That girl who might not have hit you up after those 24 hours, guess what? She taught you a lesson. Don't automatically get too invested,
Yep.
Like, I don't know, maybe you need to vet them more before you actually go on a date. Like, something about them is going to teach you something every single time. Bad dates, good dates. You could have a good date, but they're not meant for you, you know? Simple as that. You just keep going, and you also have to be very upfront, like, always, of what you want.
That's true. That's true. You guys hear it here from Liz. Girls out here, you got to get those guys that invest in that time on you. It's an investment. Over time, it's just gonna grow. It's like an IRA. It's an investment. You put your money in there. Put your money in there every month. But in relationships, it's time.
It's
more time,
consuming.
and then after a year or two, you might start a family or buy a house together or something. So that's that. That it's investment. You gotta have. You want a partner that you want to grow up with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want a chick, where I could have fun for the first 20 years, and then the next years when we old and my skin's all flappy and we have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Like, not everything's about going to parties and
because what's gonna happen when shit gets real or shit gets tough?
Yeah.
Can you lean on this person? Can you rely on them? Can you say, hey, you know what? I don't want to talk today. I had a bad day. Just be there for me. You know what I mean? Are they gonna ditch you for another party? Like,
right?
Why would you want this kind of partner? No. Literally, like, partners are someone who can help you grow, or you can help them grow.
Amen to that.
And it's not difficult, but I swear people make it so difficult. Like, they just want to play games, or they want to
preach.
I'm
She's
like,
preaching right now.
Why? Like, what is the point of wasting time on each other? Like, no. Like, I don't always say, like, hey, we need to get into this relationship because we gonna get married. No. I don't ever say that. I'm always just like, look, up front though, I'm not giving you no time, no love, no affection if I don't see that you're going to be here 3 months from now or 6 months from now, right? And it's just simple as that, because, like, why? I don't know. To me, like, you have to earn it. You have to be deserving of it. And I'm going to do the same vice versa. Like, I'm going to be there for you and this and that. Like, I want you to be there for me. Right. It's more than just, like, a commitment. It's like a relationship, just like family and friends. Why aren't you as picky with your boyfriend and girlfriends as you are with your friends and the people you have around me? Like,
oof, yes. I'm picky with my friends. There's a saying they're saying, you're the average of your 5 top friends. If you got your top 5 friends are bums, you're gonna be a bum.
Yup.
Sorry if anybody hear that, but
sorry if any of his friends are the bums that he's talking about. Right.
Sorry, bum friends. But no, like there are some friends that, let's be real right now, that are cool and you want to hang out with them, but there's no future on them.
No value.
Nope.
No value.
No value added.
Like, it hurts.
You hit them up just to hang out and have fun.
But you see, like, the real no of it is like, dude, you're not going nowhere, man. And that's not me. Like, I want to have fun almost every Saturday. Right? Every second Saturday of the month we go out, But like, you doing this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm like, bro, like, you're not gonna make it in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, that's the type of friends that hurts me.
Yeah.
You grew up with them and all that, or you just met them, but they were cool, but you see that they have no future, and you try your best, you're like, come on, dog, Straighten up, man. Get a job, you know. Or let me help you out. I'm gonna help you with a job, you know. And you start from there, you know. And those are the friendships that hurt, you know. That they're cool to be hanging out with. You can go hang them out downtown or whatever you do. But yeah, there's no future them. There's no future for them.
You don't see them with you in the next 5 years when you're up there doing whatever you want to do and this and that. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had to drop friends because of that. Or I had to drop friends because I was like, I'm sorry, but you guys are not making me happy. Like, we're going out and partying for like 2 hours, and then I go home. I'm kind of just like, well, you know, that's it. Like, there was no investment. Because, I mean, with your friends, even though they are not your partner and this and that, your friends are still people who can either give you energy or drain your energy, right? So with all my friends, when I found out that they didn't want to do anything else with their lives other than party and hang out and have fun,
vibes, yeah.
And I was like, can we just have a conversation? Like, can we grab something to eat and not drink and get wasted? And it was like, but that's boring. Or like, no. And I was like, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have something in my future, and I want people around me to have that same type of mindset. And it's okay to not everyone has to have like goals in life, and like you don't have to have a business, you don't have to do this and that, but you gotta have something. If not, like, you're just a zombie. You're literally just living your life like nothing and pretending like we're not gonna die and that this is one day gonna end. You know, like, to me, it's super important. Like, hey, I need you to give off good vibes. I need you to be supportive, or like say like, yeah, that's a good thing you're doing, or hey, like, no, it's not a bad thing. Like, they don't care about you at all. You could die tomorrow and they're gonna find you another friend. Like, why would you want friends like that?
Right.
No, like, you want friends who are gonna be there for you no matter what, and you're gonna grow together. And then when you do get to where you want to be, there's not gonna be any hate, there's not gonna be any jealousy, there's not gonna be any like, hey, like, oh, but you wouldn't be there. But no, like, I tried to bring you with me, you didn't want to come. That's it, period. And I'm just like,
Oh man, this show is crazy, man. We started from education all the way to giving people friendship advice or relationship advice.
A lot of friendships going to be cut off after this. Like, you know what? They said that if your friends aren't invested, bye.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, though. I mean, honestly.
That's the best way to go about it, honestly, like you said.
Well, my thing is also, like, life is a lot more than just business, you know? Like, you got to have friends. You got to have family. Yeah. You gotta have, there's a different category of people that you need in your life. I saw this video on YouTube. It was like a TED Talk this girl did. And it was so good because she was like, you need a friend in your life. You need a mentor. You need a coach. You need a colleague. And you need a partner. And if you think about it, like, you really think about it, you don't need just one person in your life. You are not fulfilled if all you have is one partner or one friend or one family member that you can go to. One person will not have all the empathy and sympathy and all the things that you need. Your partner is not your other half entirely. Like, you need more. As a business person, what do you need advice from sometimes?
A mentor.
A mentor, other business owners, other people. If you are, I don't know, trying to become an artist and this and that, who do you go to? Other artists who have already done it. If you simply need advice on something, you know, say in your marriage, you go to your other friend who is married and is going through similar stuff, you know. And it's like, if you're going to try and be a college athlete or whatever, you go to a coach. You know, there's like different people in your life that you need, and every single one of them has to help you in some way or the other. If not, like, what is the point of them? Honestly, like, my thing is like, just time wasted. To just be with people who don't give you anything, just suck your energy, distract you from all the stuff going on in the real world, and it's just not beneficial.
You hit it. She hit the nail in the coffin.
On the head.
There you go. So what's new for you? What's the future holding for you, Liz? What's coming up? What's next? 20 minutes on Instagram. What's the next one? What's the next video?
Oh, the next video on Instagram. Man, I don't know. There's so many things. Like, I've been trying to...
Like, did you schedule them, or you just...
No.
Once, like, you're like, I feel like talking right now.
Yes, literally. I literally am always just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to just start this damn video. Hey, guys, so this and that. Like, I don't ever want to, like, script it. I don't ever want to force anything to come out of me, because I'm just like, that's just not... I don't know. I don't want to be like those people who literally, like, take their time and come up with a paragraph and they put it on Instagram or whatever. I'm just like, look, today is this kind of day. Simple as that. Like, today could be a very motivating day, or today could be a very bad day, but we're going to only look at the positives. Not every day is going to be the same. Also, there's so many different things in our lives, and it's not just, there's not one answer for everything, right?
Right.
So I always just say, like, what are we feeling right now? What did I witness today? Or what is going on right now? And I'm just like, all right, well, it's this, so we're going to address this. But I am, this one I did kind of schedule and plan. Like, I'm going to be working on my YouTube more and kind of going through an in-depth type of thing of where if you want to get better in your personal life, your mental life, your business life, whatever, there's going to be a whole entire series, and it's going to take forever because there's so much to it. There's not just, hey, you have to be positive. Right. Hey, you got to have good friends. Right. Hey, you got to do internships. No, there's so many steps to it. You have to be in the right place, right time, your right mind. You have to have good friends. You have to have good values. You have to accept certain stuff that you don't want to accept. You have to fail like multiple times. So it's just going to be an overall like, hey, like this is how you become a very well-rounded individual.
Right.
In everything, every aspect. And it's just going to take like getting to know yourself better. You know, asking yourself, what do I suck at? What am I good at? What do I need to improve on?
Evaluation. Yes,
it's so much evaluation on yourself and being okay with it. Like, you're going to have to realize, like, hey, I do these stuff that I shouldn't do, but I'm going to have to just go ahead and address it so we can get better, you know?
That's right. Where can Liz, where the listeners can find you at?
Instagram,
social media, and
the L Forum. You know, just the L Forum, and then YouTube. I think it's just under Liz Ayala. I talk on and on, so yeah. Sometimes it'll start just like this, education, and then it'll go to like your love life. But yeah, just those two places.
We could go forever. Now we can go for 2 more hours if you want. we go at it. We got, hey, this is part 1.
Right, part 1. Come back for part 2.
There we go. I like that. I like your spirit. And when I saw you on Instagram and all that, because we have mutual friends. Yeah, we have mutual friends, and when I saw you, you know, with those, you know, that motivation, and you're trying to help people out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you try to help people out, and you know, and you are a small business owner, you know, a woman, a lady, and it's harder for a lady sometimes to become a business owner, especially here, you know. Mm-hmm. It's harder, and you know, and seeing you succeed at it, you know, and helping people because of that's your heart. Your heart wants to help people out, for good or bad. You want to help people out, you know.
Yeah.
Even people that try to hurt you, but you try to help them out, you know.
Yeah, even people who don't deserve it. I don't care. People who don't deserve it sometimes are just the way that they are because of someone else who hurt them. Mm-hmm. Hurt people hurt people. Like, that's just how it is. They keep going. It's a cycle. And I was hurt at one point, and it wasn't until I realized, like, girl, you're like this because you got hurt, and you think that this is normal, and you think that this is just the cycle of life. If you're mean to me, I'm gonna be mean to you back. No, it has to stop somewhere. Because if I'm nice to you, you'll be nice to the next person, and this and that. But if I'm mean to you, you'll be grumpy. You'll have an attitude with the next person, and I just know it's a cycle that's just gonna keep going on and on. I want to break that cycle. I want us to stop. I want us to be like nicer. I want us to be good people. I want us to see like, hey. Sometimes, you know, things happen and people are shitty and this and that because they've gone through stuff and they need help. They need to get some type of love, some type of, you know, good energy in their life. You know, not everyone has it nice and easy, you know. I mean, we're blessed to be living, you know, in good times and this and that, where we can actually get on social media and actually look up to other people for advice, you know, like YouTube, such a free, I don't know, it's like better than television, it's better than anything ever. Like YouTube, hey, just YouTube simple stuff. And you can find so many people who are in similar situations who talk about anxiety, talk about depression, talk about coming from rough areas, talk about anything, you know? Anything at all. If you want to be a programmer, you can go on YouTube and learn anything. True. There's so many things you could do. You can learn how to build a computer online. You can, I don't know, learn anything that you want. So for me, it was like, you know, let's just help people, period. It doesn't even matter.
Liz Ayala, she's speaking from the heart, guys. So I will put all her information down in the description, guys. And Q, any last remarks before we head out?
I mean, I really think she hit it on the head.
Sometimes I need to stop talking, y'all. I just be going on and on.
It's hard to back that up, man. I don't know what to say. But I just think more than anything, like she said in the very beginning, it don't matter where you come from. You can be somebody, anybody.
Anybody. You can be anybody you want to be.
Just go get it. No matter, sometimes it takes 3 weeks. Sometimes it takes 3 years.
3 weeks, 3 years. Look at Bezos.
Right.
How long did it take him to get to where he's at now?
Right.
He's supposedly about to be like the world's first trillionaire. And I'm just like, buddy, dang, where were you 20 years ago? You know what I mean? And it's just like you have to learn all that criticism, all those stuff that people told you, haters, whatever you want to call it. How many of those people are like, damn, look at Bezos now?
Elon Musk.
Exactly. People think he's crazy and this and that. And I'm just like,
I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw the launch in America, the spaceship that went to the space station. Mm-hmm. That's his stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. That's SpaceX. That's Tesla. I'm like, dog, you know.
How many people were laughing at electric cars? Right. Like, oh no, like that's stupid, this and that. Tesla came out, everybody's like, dang, I want one.
I want one too.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like, there's so many things that whether people think you can do it or not, I promise you, if you just fucking ignore it, you'll do it.
That's right. Guys, I feel like this is going to be part 1 of so many more talks with Liz. I feel like we're going to have Liz again in the near future. So I'm gonna have all your information down below in the description. And then anything you want to say before we leave?
You can fucking do it. That's it. You can fucking do it. I don't care what it is. You can fucking do it. That's what
anything.
Maybe you shouldn't say the fucking part, but you can do it.
You can do it, guys.
Absolutely do it. Like Nike said, just do it. I promise you, it's not as bad as it seems.
And that was not a paid ad.
Not a paid ad, no.
Guys, thank you for listening to us. This is Q and Chop with Liz Ayala from More Cleaning and Else Forum. Thank you for listening. Holla.
Stay blessed.